Hey, so I just wanted to do a quick tutorial for anybody who feels like doing kale racing. I'm going to do a separate video for Statue and KT just to kind of share what I know about races. Certainly not a complete expert. I'm sure there are people who know quite a bit more about this than I do, but there isn't a whole lot explaining it in like pretty good detail. Um, there was that slideshow that was posted, but I think there are a couple things that are easier to see in a video. Anyway, so for the complete uh, noob to scale racing, the line is long here. I have a kind of a preference for where I like to line up for the way I do it, which is kind of in this little center leaf here in the three green ones, but doing it from other angles doesn't really matter that much. I found that if I line up the top of my screen a little bit with like the edge there, it's just like kind of a quick way to figure out where you're not over the line that way, so that way nobody shouts at you. If there's a whole bunch of people lined up, you can do the lev trick to get yourself a little bit higher so that you're not going to be completely blocked by people right at the start. If you can find a place on the line where there aren't a ton of people, then you probably won't have a problem. But in really crowded races, you can definitely get blocked off the line, and it's pretty annoying. So you like to line up so that when you do your strafe run, you're going to go straight for this corner here, or at least that's the way that I line it up. I kind of just eyeball it. I'm sure there's a way to like consistently do the same thing, but I haven't figured out a way to do that. So just kind of get a general idea, and then with practice, should be able to get pretty close. So once you get going, usually I might have to make a tiny little adjustment there, so that wasn't the best job. Once you round the corner, the goal is to shoot for like right on the edge there, at least if you're ogre sized. And I think for other sizes too, you want to be pretty much right in line for there. So I just stay strafing left pretty much the whole time. There's like, well, really just one spot where I choose to strafe right, and I just choose to do mouse movement to line myself up. I'm sure there's like ways that you can get consistent angles if you kind of mix up your strafing direction, but I found that that works for me. Anyway, so I made a slight little adjustment there because I like to hit on this snow pile a little bit to the left. You want to hit like kind of right where this corner is, but as an ogre size, you can kind of go to the right a little bit. So coming from that corner, you want to line up right there where you're running straight towards that wall. And then once you're here, the goal is to maintain going forward and strafe right to the top of the pillar. And then once I get to the top, I'm going to go left. And if you did it right, you should line right up with this wall here. And you might, if your angle's off a little bit, you may have to make a little adjustment, but the goal is to get to the top of the snow pillar and just ride the wall here. Make an immediate right to line up here. And then if you have a ball of golem clay, if you're ogre sized, you can fit through here if you hit it. I don't have one on this test server to show you, but that saves, I mean, probably like less than a second, or maybe even like a quarter of a second, but it can make a difference. It's definitely, I believe it has won some races before, but since I don't have one, I just go wide of the pillar. As soon as you go there, you take a sharp left and go to this corner, and then the goal here, again for ogre size, you want to hit right in the center of this snow ledge here. I kind of line up to it, and then right when I get to the center, I just take a hard left until you can line right up to the edge here. Again, ogre size only. I'm pretty sure if you're smaller race, you have to go like right around there. So hit there, and then again, the quicker way to do this is to get to the ledge and then go across here so that you're lined up with this snow pile here. So I try to hit right on there so that when I'm facing this way, I'm immediately lined up with this wall. And then you want to go to this snow ledge, get to the top, go sharp around the corner, and then aim for this wall here. You want to get up as high as possible because the goal is to get as high as possible coming across this bridge so that when you're going into KT's room, you should have a pre-target on this if you had bind sight. You're immediately tall enough that you can look over the ledge without line of sighting so that you can cast your thin-boned wand or whatever your insta-clicky of choice is. So that's the quick rundown. Real quick, I'm going to run back to the zone line and just do a quick run through. See what it looks like, hopefully without any mistakes. So I do this kind of repetitive thing where I do a little circle with my mouse. It's probably distracting and annoying, but I don't even notice that I'm doing it. Alright, so I did my little leaf. I'll try to line up, so I'm going to get here, and then go in 3, 2, 1, go. Little adjustments. I think the key to those snow piles is knowing like kind of exactly what angle and just being really consistent with what works for you. So going to the middle of the ledge, going to the edge here, floating across the gap, hitting this, so I'm going up here, going to the snow pile, trying to line up right along the edge so that I can quickly zoom around there. There's that stalagmite that can block you pretty easily if you're not careful. And then tagging your guy and running the heck out. And that's it. Peace.